Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is the RT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr.A, and we're doing a weekly finish up for the 21st of April. Strictly a heavyweight edition movement within the brackets. Now, before we get into the movement for the ranked fighters, I'm going to dip into it's a title bout. Number 15th ranked in the world according to BoxRec. And we're talking TOMASZ Adamek. I'm pretty sure I messed his name up. You know who I'm talking about. TOMASZ Adamek. The veteran Polish fighter. You know, he's one of the Evander Holyfield fighters fighting for the love of the game. Still doing it. Taking on from cruiserweight to now in the heavyweight. You know, he's doing his thing. I believe he was a cruiserweight, or was he always just a heavyweight? But he's always a heavyweight. Still doing it at the age of 42. He had an active fight. You know, he's on a 3. Well, he's been on a 2-1 streak during his last 3 fights. His previous setback was against Eric Molina, but he came back off of 2 wins off of that. You know, you wonder if TOMASZ would have beat Eric Molina, would he have gotten the Anthony Joshua fight? Because that's who Eric Molina beat before the Anthony Joshua fight. You know, he beat TOMASZ Adamek and got himself an Anthony Joshua fight. But going back to TOMASZ, he fought Joey Abell, the American, for the replicant of Poland International Heavyweight Super title. I checked that fight out, you know, just for the respect of TOMASZ, love of the game. And it was a very interesting, very entertaining fight. Not interesting, it was an entertaining fight. You can see it was 2 veteran guys, which I have no problem when veterans fight veterans. You know, I have no problem at all with that. And you can see them trying to test each other out with the craft, you know, not wanting to make that mistake because they still have that power at their age for their opponents. You know, Joey could still right hand crack TOMASZ. TOMASZ could still knock Joey down, which he did. You know, not only did he knock him down, he stopped him within the 7th. But the first round was nice. You could see them feeling each other out. You know, TOMASZ was pumping the jab, and what TOMASZ was doing, he'll pump the jab and he'll swing in. He'll jump in for a right to the face, and he as he's jumping into it, he'll sidestep it. So when he lands, he's already on the side of Joey, and Joey really had no fire back target. Now in the second round, you know, that whole lining up of the right hand caught Joey. Flesh, knocked him down. Joey came back a few next rounds trying to answer back, firing his own right hands. These guys were firing good shots, back and forth shots. Now, the huskier Joey started to get fatigued. TOMASZ showed at this age that he still has all the craft. You know, he knew how to walk around the ring, buy himself some breaks, make Joey try and get him down. And when I believe it was the 6th round, he hit Joey with a nice, like I said, he was setting Joey up that whole time. You know, the jab, and he'll come in with the right hand. But in the 6th round, I think he dropped him with a nice chest shot. Hit him right in the chest. Joey was already tired. He fell. He got up, and you could tell. Give big props to Joey. Joey continued to fight. You know, and mentally he was done. Physically, he was exhausted. TOMASZ was, you know, hanging on because he knew he had him. He knew the moment was coming. And it seemed like when Joey got up, the referee, and I'm not saying he did, but the referee kind of looked at Joey like, come on, finish this, man. You guys are giving the fans a show. You know, don't give up. It seemed like he gave Joey that type of speech. If you look at it real fast, the way the ref leaned in on Joey, like, come on, you know, like, finish this fight. You know, it's a good fight. You guys are doing a hell of a fight show. Fans are digging it. And just to go to show you, age ain't nothing, man. Those Polish people showed out, and they always show out for Thomas, even at this age. The dude puts on a show for his fans. The fans come in and they love it. It was at least a 10,000, at least 8 to 10,000 people at least. And the 7th round came. Joey was tired. Thomas put against the ropes, unleaded the combination on him. He dropped again. He got up, put some more pressure, put some more 1-2s, start hitting the body, and the referee just finally stopped it. And you could see like the whole 7th round, the referee was just walking the fight, like just looking at Joey like, and I know you're tired, bro. But I'm just gonna watch you just to make sure, how much you got in you. And Joey was like, but put a good fight on. Like I said, a good non-ranking fight for the heavyweights. And like I said, it makes you wonder if Thomas would have never got upset by Eric Molina, would he have landed that final heavyweight shot against Anthony Joshua? Just wondering. Like I said, he is ranked number 15 in the world by BoxRec. Now moving on to the actual organized body rankings, there was 3 fights over the weekend. On the 21st, we had the WBA. The IBF had some action, and the WBO had some action. Well, it depends on how you want to say where they're ranked at. You had Otto Wallin, you had Tom Schwarz, and AGIT Kabayel. Now, going into the WBO, we only have AGIT Kabayel. He's ranked number 9, so he was in action. Then you got Otto Wallin, who is ranked in the WBA at number 10. And you also have he's number 12 in the WBA, number 12 in the IBF. Also over the weekend, you had Oscar Rivas. He scored a 2nd round knockout over a fill-in. So he was active as well. He's number 12 in the WBC. He made quick work of his opponent. I forgot who he filled in, but quick work of him. And before we get into those fights, just a mention of what is heavyweights to coming out. You got Brian Jennings, who is number 8 on the WBO, so he's fighting next week. So keep an eye on his ranking. Now going back into Otto Wallin, Tom Schwarz, and AGIT Kabayel. Otto Wallin is number 12 in the WBA and the IBF. He took on another former countryman, another Sweden. He took on. It was a decent fight. It was a decent fight because he's number 12 in the WBA, IBF, number 21 in the world. He took on Adrian Granat for the European Union heavyweight. I heard the name Otto Wallin, never seen him before. This is the first time there's been coverage of Otto Wallin on the RT Boxing Show. Thumbs up for expanding the view on this show. That's what this show is about. That's what Mr.A does. He talks boxing, the Ready Talk Boxing Show with Mr.A. Now Otto Wallin, my first time covering him. The guy has movement for a big 6 foot. I believe it's 6 foot, 6'5.5" southpaw. The guy has good movement. He can move around the ring pretty well for that size. He's not a thick heavyweight. He's kind of a Deontay Wilder build. Not as slender, but frame wise, kind of like a Deontay Wilder. He moved around the ring. He picked Adrian off whenever he wanted. Adrian applied a little pressure here and there, but it was nothing ever to say this is a close fight. Okay, Adrian's doing something. He landed a punch here and there. Like I said, applied the pressure. Otto skated away when he wanted to. Took the lead hand when he wanted to in the dance. And just constantly applied the 1-2s. The scorecards read 117, 111, 117, 112, 118, 110 off of Otto Wallin. So that's it. And like that, he was number 12 by the WBA and IBF. So we'll see where that takes him. And also, so moving on from there, Also in the 21st was Tom Schwarz, the German, taking on another former German. This was a good fight. This was a good fight. So if you have not seen Tom Schwarz and SENAD Gashi, go check that out. It was for the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Like I said, and Tom Schwarz, he's number 5 for the WBO, and he's number 14 for the IBF. So most likely he's going to go that. It looks like he's taking that WBO route with the WBO Intercontinental belt. And again, this is the first time the WRT Boxing Show is covering him. And like I said, that's what this show is about. Ready, talk boxing. We talk boxing. We cover boxing, baby. And if you don't know him, I'm trying to hopefully give you a few little insights on it. So when they do get their title shots, when they do crack the top 5, the top 3, like, who are these guys? Let the other good YouTube channels call them bombs. Right here on the WRT Boxing, you, the audience, you're going to know who they are because I helped you, you helped me, we covered them together. Now, Tom Schwarz, like I said, he took on SENAD Gashi, another German. These guys were throwing some heat rocks at each other. You had the 6'5" Thomas, 23 years old, big boy, big young boy, orthodox fighter. He took on SENAD, who was 16-0 at the time, and Tom Schwarz was 19-0. And they had 6'5.5" versus a 6'1.5". So Tom Schwarz was towering over Granat. And Granat was able to get inside and was landing these over club and swing hands right. And Tom was the favorite, I believe. You know, he's high. He's the one in the rankings. And I don't think he was supposed to be getting hit like that. The crowd was not expecting that. But now, what was happening was a lot of point deductions in this fight. Because Todd, being the biggest man, was just, you know, bigger men, they always lean on you. And he was in order for him to stop that aggressive attacking of the shorter SENAD, he kept leaning on, putting all his weight on his back. And by the second round, Gashi was like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit, man. Ref, you ain't saying nothing. So he's either leaning on my back, he's either grabbing me. So what he did, he was putting the pressure on in the corner. Thomas grabbed him. He just jumped up and headbutted him straight. Tom threw his hands up. He fell on the ground. And this was the funny part. Usually when someone falls like that, they might stop the fight, like, hey, it's done. Tom was on the ground for at least 3 to 5 minutes. Like out. And finally they let it go back on. 4th round come, the fight still going. Tom's trying to backpedal, jab him, land a couple of rights of his own, still getting cracked with that overhand right from the little Gashi. And again, right about 10-second mark in the 4th round, he's holding the little man again. Gashi's like, dude, I'm tired of you leaning on me. I'm tired of you holding me. He did, instead of jumping over the headbutt, side headbutts him. And this time Tom's like, what the fuck? He lets go. Crack. Throws 2 at him. You know, and the referee's like, during the first headbutt, the second round, he deducted a point. This headbutt, the side swinging crazy headbutt, he deducted 2 points. Already down 3 points now due to headbutts. So they're still fighting. And the whole contest, you know, Tom's just leaning on him because Tom was losing. Some rounds were competitive, but Tom was losing every round of that fight, due to just the constant ring generalship pressure, the clean punches that was landing. And say, if you want to put some defense in, you can say, while Granat was kind of slipping some punches, I was deducting points because just the holding and the leaning on. It's like, dude, like, Tom was winning that fight because of Granat's headbutts. Those point deductions why Tom was winning that fight. So it got to the point where Tom was leaning on him and Granat was looking up like he was getting tired now. You could tell that game plan was working. He was looking at the ref like, you ain't gonna say nothing to this guy? Throw another monster or something. Lean on him again. You ain't gonna say nothing to this guy? And then in round 7, I could see what really happened. You know, they had him in there in the corner. He had Tom in the corner again. And from the camera angle, something happened. You know, because the camera's on the back of Tom. So I don't know if he headbutted him in the chest or he did it again, flipped his head up and got him in the chin again. You know, but Tom went crazy. He's like, DQ him. You know, that's it. Disqualification. And sure enough, the referee went over and disqualified him because he was like, dude, that was his 4th point taken. But that's not the kicker, folks. That is not the kicker. So after the disqualification, crazy as Tom Schwarz wins the WBO. Well, he stays the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, the Germany BDB Heavyweight title. But crazy as SENAD Gashi goes over, taps Tom on the shoulder, turns around like, you want to fucking fight? And starts fighting him again. And they start going at it after the disqualification fight's over. They got at least a good 5 to 10 seconds. By this time, cornermen come. Tom starts fighting the cornerman. Crazy fight. Like I said, if it was not for the headbutts, I would have had Tom losing every round of that fight. You could have possibly gave Tom 1 round in there somewhere. Like I said, there was no hometown cooking. Both these guys were German. Now, was there a favorite who was supposed to win the fight? Probably Tom. He probably was the favorite. Now, moving on to the final fight of the heavyweight was AGIT Kabayel. If the name sounds a little familiar to you, it's the guy who beat Derek Chisora for the European heavyweight title. He himself was on that undercard of Tom Schwarz and Gashi. He himself is a German. You know, looking at him, you'll probably never think he's a German, but he's a German born. So he's on there. He's fighting. He defended his European heavyweight title, his heavyweight title. He's fighting against. So AGIT Kabayel came in at 17-0, 12 knockouts. He went against the 19-0 MILJAN Rovcanin. And these two guys, both undefeated, going in at it, just punching the hell out of each other. Round 1, they're trying to do so much damage that they're smothering each other's own work. Now, we've seen in the Derek Chisora fight that Kabayel has some good movement. You're like, okay, why isn't this dude moving? Why is he fighting this guy so hard? Like I said, maybe there's something, some international, some inter-country blood rivalry that I don't know about, being over here in Anaheim, California. So I don't know if there's some German beef, some rivalry between MILJAN and Kabayel. But these guys seem like they wanted to knock each other out in the first round, and they just smothered each other's work. They didn't really land any clean punches, but they're inside just trying to like half push the punch through the opponent's face. Then in round 2, Kabayel started being what we saw in Derek Chisora. He started working from the outside, moving a little bit, popping the jab, getting himself in, and then becoming a beast again. And then in round 3, he started popping that jab, and he just cracked MILJAN, dropped him, TKO'd him, and it was it. Like I said, this was a back and forth, I'm gonna hurt you type fight first, until AGIT said, you know what, let me do a little bit of boxing here. Got him, knocked him out. So that is a nice little heavyweight rankings roundup, you know, covering the heavyweights over the weekend of April 21st, and that is the Army helicopter. So if you're a new viewer, hopefully you become a new subscriber. And I live near an Army base, so you will hear a lot of those. And old subscribers, you're accustomed to that. So thank you for staying loyal and dealing with the helicopter noise. I love the outside balcony, so I take advantage. And I live in a very kid-friendly place, but I love the outside balcony videos, so I try and do them as much as I can. So again, I am Mr. A. This is the Double RT Boxing Show. Just keeping the audience involved in what is happening in the heavyweight bracket. You know, like I said, all everyone ever talks about is, of course, Wilder and Joshua. They deserve to be talked about. They're the champions. But it's White, Brazil, Parker, Povetkin, and who else are you talking about? You know, White, Brazil, Parker, Povetkin. You know, you got Miller up there. So like I said, so now when these guys get their opportunity, you'll be a little familiar with them. Again, number 12 for the WBC, Oscar Rivas, had a fill-in, knocked him out in the second round up in Canada. Then you had the number 12 for the WBA IBF, Otto Wallin, going to decision, easy decision over his opponent in his homeland of Sweden. Tom Schwarz and his fellow countrymen, great fight. And he had Kabayel doing the same thing, defending his WBO European heavyweight title. This is the Double RT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr. A. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for talking heavyweights with me. Appreciate it.